No, he's coming to Melbourne.
Yeah, he's coming to Melbourne. So
I think it's pretty public. He's got to deal with the Emerson as well. So.
Yeah. Has he been there before?
No, not the Emerson. He hasn't been in Australia in 10 years. So he hasn't been he can't have been to the Emerson.
Oh, yeah. Well, anyway, welcome back to episode 29.
29.
And I think today's episode, we're just talking about like a little bit how to find your purpose. And I know it can be a difficult thing, and many people do feel lost, and navigating pathways is such a challenge. And when you're growing up, everyone expects you to have everything, just out in front of you and ready, and you just know what you're doing, but that's not always the case. Like not everyone knows what they're doing, if that makes sense. Yeah. Like you got to navigate your own way and find your pathway. So
I feel like this topic of conversation comes up around our sort of like age bracket, people that are coming out of year 12, going into an adulthood life. Like you obviously have to find your purpose. You don't even have to find it when you're this age. Like it may take you until you're 40, 50, whatever age, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But would you say that you found your purpose yet? How would you start?
Definitely. I definitely don't think I've found my person. I'm still definitely searching. And I know like exam results are just going to come out tomorrow for most year 12 students. And it's a super stressful time for a lot of people because they depend on their result, depends on their like pathway or their career. That's how they feel, but that's not always the case. You have so many options and so many things to discover, and you'll find your pathway. And it's been able to try to find those things. But I think a big thing is like, you need to have perspective, right? Without perspective, you don't know anything. So you need to have experiences, which gives you the perspective, and that comes with trialing new things. Have you done anything that you trial things to find your pathway?
I do a lot of things that put me in out of my comfort zone, and like putting myself out into a different comfort zone gets me to like learn a lot of different things.
Do you think that's like through rejection therapy? Have you seen
you can implement heaps of emotions and feelings into it. Like rejection definitely plays a part in finding your purpose because you learn from that. You know what I mean? Like you might be like, okay, this isn't where I want to be, and like this may be my purpose. You never know. But then you might even think this is your purpose, and then 2 years down the track, change your purpose because you think you're a completely different person. You've lived, you've learned, and then you might think it's something else. But I feel like your purpose can always change depending on like what you put surrounding yourself, like what you surround yourself in your life. But yeah, Tom, found your purpose?
Do you think you found your purpose?
I think that's almost a rhetorical question. The fact like no one can even answer that. I don't think anyone on the deathbed can answer that either. So
maybe it's like, do you think that you've found your pathway or things that you're interested to go forward in?
Oh yeah, definitely found that. But that being said, that's in my current point in time as well. So
how do you like to people at home going, gosh, I don't know what I'm going to do. I've woken up late. I've just quit my job and I don't know what I want to do. Like, how did you find the things that you like to do and make it like a pathway for you? Like, how did you kind of guide yourself and navigate yourself? Like,
well, you just to get a career revolving around your interests or get like a way to almost monetize your interests, 9 times out of 10 you have to work your ass off because it's easy to get a job in like as a retail worker, but do you really want to fucking do that? Are you interested in that? No. So it's like, but it's hard as fuck to monetize like interests of like being an athlete. It's a lot harder.
Definitely.
In that sense. So
I definitely think that as like a guide, like do things that you're passionate about and try do things in the same field that you're passionate about, and you'll find so many opportunities will like present themselves in front of you. For example, if you're really passionate about running, go to like running clubs and see what people do when they run. Like go to gyms, work at a gym, and go into a field that you really enjoy doing. And that's where your passion and genuine enjoyment will come from that. But that's the thing is like you got to find your passion. And it's like so many people, like as Tom's saying, you're working retail and they go, oh, I hate this job. I hate doing this. And then you ask them, you go, what do you love doing? And they'll be like, oh, I love running. Or I love going to the gym. And it's like, why don't you do something there? Why don't you work at a gym? Why don't you go look at going into that field and you'll find genuine passion? And then it's almost like you're in a field that you enjoy and you're working, and then it's almost like your passion's slowly becoming monetized, but at least you're kind of guiding yourself in the right pathway. If you want to do something around, it's not just running, this is like everything, but if you want to do something around running, right? Why would you keep working retail for clothes?
It depends.
Like why would you?
I would do that if I needed money, obviously, but then still prioritize running as my main like favorite thing to do. If that makes sense.
Well, that's how I think about it. Is that you need to go into a field that you enjoy, and that's where the opportunities will come. And that's my biggest take on that.
Definitely. Well, you can articulate that into work. So just say you do like running, get a job at Nike, learn about things that can help you make like things better. Because I loved fitness and stuff. I got a job at Nike. You got a job at Nike. And then it's just like you can articulate your everyday work life into things that you actually enjoy.
Definitely.
And coming back to your purpose, like what did you tell you, like if you were to tell yourself one thing now, back then when you just finished school, what would you say, like in terms of like career goals, future goals?
It took me a long time to realize, but the quote that like the comparison is the thief of joy.
Yeah.
That is something I generally thought for when I was like 18 to 19, I was so focused and so consumed by what everyone else is doing. My friends were going to uni, like my friend was doing this, my friend was working for his dad's business, you know, my other friend was driving this car or doing this. And I compared myself to them so heavily, and I'd be like, oh gosh, I need to do this, I need to do that. And I felt so overwhelmed that I actually couldn't do anything.
And it's normal for people to do that. I feel like it's like normal for someone to judge themselves off the surrounding people of them.
Definitely.
Like I definitely saw my mates in a trade and thought, fuck, like they have something that they can refer back on to. Like in 5 years, they're going to be fully qualified, working, earning really good money. I'm here, like I'm trying to apply for uni. Like I have nothing, like I'm broke right now. Like, you know what I mean? Like I've been in situations like that where I'm like, I need money right now. What am I going to do? Yeah. And it's like, it's normal to feel like that. I feel like putting yourself in an uncomfortable position will help you in the further long run of what you're wanting to do. It will open up your mind late at night when you're sitting down, like at night, having those deep conversations, like where am I getting myself with? Yeah. But well,
you need to put yourself in positions of like uncomfortability to grow. You're not going to grow anywhere if you don't put yourself out there, and you don't make yourself uncomfortable, then you're not going to grow. If you always keep within your confines, like safe space, you're never going to grow and explore new things. And if working retail at Nike, and that's not something you want to do, but that's safe, right? You get a paycheck every week, you know what to expect. Everyone knows what they want from you. And if you keep pushing through there, if you want to be in your safe space at Nike, that is completely fine, but you're never going to be or become the person that you want to be. And you're never going to like guide yourself in a pathway or a decision where you want to go, right? Because if you're always stuck there in that safe space, you're never going to grow. And that's my biggest thing, is like trying to find your purpose or your pathway is putting yourself in positions where you're uncomfortable. Yeah. And that is where you're going to grow. You're not going to grow if you stay in your safe space, or just for example, like maybe you have the money to move out, but you're too afraid to move out and you're too afraid to live with someone new. Just take the jump, and that's where you're going to grow. And that's what I'm saying. With experiences, you gain perspective. And once you have perspective, everything opens up for you. Yeah. It's like when I was like so like consumed by what everyone else is doing. And then you go overseas and you see how other people live their lives and how other people are traveling, and people just like you are traveling. And you go, wow, like everyone is on their own pathway. There is no right pathway, like you're running your own race. It's
like so easier said than done to just say like quit your job and do what you love doing. But then like it's hard for some people to do. You know what I mean? Like I don't reckon 100%. I could quit my job and like completely do lock in. If that makes sense. If I'm not seeing like a cash flow, because I need to live and survive. I don't want my parents, like I don't want to rely on my parents to give me money or anything. You know what I mean? So like, how do you do that? Like obviously you want to chase your dreams, but then how do you actually live to survive in a way?
Like how would you implement, like what would you like say?
Like what's an equal balance?
How would you implement like strategies to enable yourself to discover the new pathways?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like discover new pathways, get to where you want to get to, but at the same time, have a good inflow of money. Like you never know, you might even not have family that can support you. The balance is
so hard.
That's what I mean. I know. Like, Tommy, do you have any?
I think I'm heavy on the podcast of like entrepreneurs and stuff. I think a common theme is they don't have safety nets. Yeah. A lot of them who are ultra successful go all in, don't give themselves a safety net. Yeah.
So like, do you think that's something
like
that people...
Carl, I remember from Nelk, I've seen so many podcasts of him going on other people's podcasts saying, yeah, when I started Nelk, I was broke, but like I didn't want to work anything else, so I just made it happen. Yeah. And if you want it bad enough, you make it happen. That is like, that's how it is. Because at the end of the day, if like you either work hard or you're not working hard enough, like there is a very fine line. It separates the two. And if you're not working hard enough, you won't survive. But if you're working hard, it's like manifestation. It's going to work out. It's if you are dedicating everything you have, everything you want, and you wholeheartedly want what you're going for, and you don't give yourself another option, you'll make it.
I think it's very relatable for us. I'll actually speak on the podcast. Like, I feel like I'm not going to say who, but some people are committed, and it's kind of obvious like who more, if that makes sense. And then it's just like, like it's hard for someone that's worked all their like childhood life kind of like and earn money to then like make this switch up to be like, you know what, I need to commit to that. And it's like, you can see who's dedicated and you can see who wants it more. It's kind of like fucking obvious, but it's so hard to get out of like my mind personally to be like, I need to put 100% into it. You know what I
Well,
mean?
would say when you are trying to decide the thing, do you believe in manifestation? Is that like a strategy?
Manifestation is 100% real. Even with the shit that I've like done this year, like it's all manifestation. It's all like, you know, you're staying up till 4 a.m. working, fucking saying that this is gonna pay off, and like fucking shit happens 6 months later that you think back to those moments and think, fuck, this is why. Like nothing happens by accident in the sense of it's very rare to get successful by accident. And people who get successful don't think, oh fuck, look at me. It's like, no, like they've done the blood, sweat and tears, like they've put in the hours, like their purpose is rarely like, so say like a fucking crypto investor. Their purpose isn't crypto investing, their purpose is success. It's like they're going to be successful no matter what they do. It's like, if you work hard enough, hard work equals success, not like the industry you choose.
Well, I know we can just sit here and say manifestation's this, manifestation's that, but I have like a genuine example for you, right? Before this podcast, we were coming back from BTV and we go, next year, I want to get BTV tickets. And we had absolutely we didn't think of a podcast. We had absolutely no idea how we were going to do it. But one of our goals was that we'd get BTV tickets because we liked going to BTV and we're like, gosh, we saw these cool people getting tickets, like all that, influencer people getting tickets. Like, how do we do that? We would love to get tickets. And the other day they reached out to us and said, we'd love to send you some tickets. And I was like, wow, like I almost forgot about that goal in the back of my head. But at the very start, I was thinking like, how cool would it be if we got tickets? Like, how do we do that? I know, Tom, do you remember like that back in the day?
Yeah, that's like such a small goal. I think we still got the document where we wrote that down. It was like such a small goal. And I personally, as soon as that popped up, I was like, oh, fuck yeah. Like, it was such a small thing.
We almost forgot about it. Like, it was, you know.
It's such a small thing, but big for us in the scheme of things because that was like our main goal. And I think that's what stemmed the whole thing. So it's like, we said we wanted to get like invited to BTV is probably the best way to put it. So we got free BTV tickets. I don't know if we said that. So it's like, we wanted free BTV tickets. That was our goal. We didn't know how or what we wanted to do about it or how we were going to obtain this.
And we didn't know. We just thought it would be cool to get free BTV
it's not even
tickets.
A big goal, but it's just like a meaningful goal.
It wasn't a big goal, but it was just like we made that goal seeing everyone else at BTV having such a good time, like getting free tickets or having this such a great time. Like, fuck this. We spent $800 in this shit. Like, like, let's get free tickets next year. We don't know how, but we're going to do it. And then bang, that email came through a couple months ago. I'm like, fuck. Like,
and I know that leading up to the moment, I didn't know enough to buy a ticket for $500. So I waited to the day before until it was on Tixel. And the tickets dropped like significantly. So I think I got a ticket for like $100.
Oh, really?
But that's because I waited all the way just so I could get a ticket.
Imagine you didn't get that ticket.
I know. Imagine we never got that ticket.
Right now?
But I know that I was a big victim of, I think when I was like 18, 19, I would always go like, why would I make my bed? Or why would I do the laundry? Or why would I clean this? I was like, oh, I'll just, sleep in my bed anyway. But it's like, it was just like these little goals that actually amount to me feeling like I achieved something and it rolls on for the rest of the day. And this is something I'm implementing now after a long time is like every morning I wake up, I'll make sure my room's clean and I'll do my bed. Yeah. And that's just one slight little goal where I won.
Is your room clean today?
Yeah, it is.
Your dad cleaned.
Thanks, Dad.
But yeah,
it's like these little goals that make you feel like you achieved something. And all of a sudden, when you start winning, you have 5 wins before 10 a.m. And that's what goes into your career, goes into your job, and then goes into finding your pathway. It's these little wins that take you so far, but it doesn't start with just like one big win. It's little wins that create a big win. Is that like, do you feel that?
I understand. Yeah.
I know that you're like different. Like I know when you wake up, you love to, you make yourself a coffee, you go for a walk. Like you're always going, I'm going for a morning walk this morning. Like, why do you do those things? Like, is that a little win for you?
Yeah, it's just like something that I do.
Yeah.
Something that I've done. Whether it's not a walk, like sometimes I'll be like, yeah, sick, I'll go get a coffee or something, or like something like that. I don't know. It just gets my mind going in the morning. When I wake up, sometimes like if I'm not doing anything on like a Saturday, I sometimes like just stay inside, and it gets to like 3 o'clock, and I realize like shit, I haven't like been outside, and I'm like, oh my god, it's a great day.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
That is like the worst feeling you could possibly feel. You haven't done anything, like you've just chilled out. You've probably seen the family, but then like recently, like a couple months now, like I haven't done that, and it's just like I wake up, go outside, go to the gym.
And I know you knew me from a long, like you've known me for a while, but when I was like 18, 19, I probably wasn't in the greatest headspace, and I would often wake up at like 1 p.m, 2 p.m, 3 p.m, and that was because it was like almost like a coping mechanism, because if I was asleep, I didn't have to deal with my problems.
But then you'd be awake till like 4 a.m.
And then I'd be awake till 4 a.m, going to the gym, and it was just this horrible cycle that I couldn't get out of.
Well, some people are just different. Some people handle different situations.
People handle it differently, but I didn't think that was very healthy for me. I don't know if anyone at home has got those same familiar things.
Well, you put yourself back then. What was your purpose then? Do you reckon your purpose was to just get through life in a way?
I think it was just to win the day. Like it was just like my purpose for the day, like a short goal. Like my process goal was get up at 8 p.m. and go to the gym by 10 p.m. And all of a sudden I did that. And I was like, gosh, I feel so good in the morning. Like I've just done this. And then I started eating right. And then my skin got clearer. And then I started getting bigger. I started getting my protein intake. Then all of a sudden I like leveled up and I became, a better version of myself and the version I wanted to be. Actually. Yeah, exactly. Like this is like a big thing that not many people know, but when I had like acne, I was super self-conscious about it. People at school would always like make fun of me for my acne, or because I had freckles, they would always make fun of spots on my face. And that was something that I had to deal with, and it came from sleeping in all day, probably not showering. And that's why my skin was bad, But then all of a sudden I started, hitting these process goals. My skin got clearer. I felt better about myself, and all of a sudden that, I became a better version of myself. And then I put myself in a position where people couldn't even say stuff about my skin.
No, definitely.
So that was something there. But I think wrapping up, how to find purpose. It's so easy for me to sit here and be like, do this, do that. I understand that. It is so easy for someone to talk about it, but actually actioning it is so difficult.
And you have to action it yourself. You can't rely on other people. You can listen to other people.
No one's coming to save you.
But everyone's out there for themselves. You have to do what makes you happy at the end of the day. And if quitting your job and locking in makes you happy, then fucking do it.
And no one's coming to save you. And a big thing that I always think about when I'm trying to achieve things is, like, I always go to the biggest pop star, or the biggest thing. I'll be like Justin Bieber, or like, maybe not just because he was famous from when he was a kid, but I'll go like Ariana Grande or something like that. And I'll be like, wow, she has 400 million Instagram followers. She's the greatest thing ever. She's rich, she's famous, she has everything, right? And I go, but before that, when she was born, we were born almost similar. Like she was no one, I was no one.
Yeah.
And she just worked herself so hard to get herself in a position.
Yeah.
And that's what I always think. Like even with the Nulk Boys, before they were anything, they were just like regular people. And I saw them on the weekend. They were like what, 5'5".
Someone passed me a drink.
Yeah, it was passed me a drink. Yeah,
they passed me a drink, gave it to me, and I was like, "Cheers."
Yeah, but like they were 5'5", like not the best looking people ever, and it was just like they're nothing special, but they've done so many incredible things, and that's just because they tried.
Yeah,
they just tried one more time than someone else did.
No, definitely. And
that's exactly how I put it down to it. To finding your purpose is just trying new things to gain your perspective, and that's where everything will come. Focus on your hobbies, focus on that, and then that will guide you in a way that you want to be. And don't compare. And the biggest thing is don't compare yourself to other people.
100%. All right. Great way to wrap it up. Leading into another segment, Big Brother advice. Heaps of
BBL Drizzy. That's always, every time I think Big Brother, I think BBL Drizzy. It's so bad.
This is a common segment that we've been doing throughout this whole podcast, I'm pretty sure. But here are some Big Brother advice. It's where we help you on some advice and give our brotherly advice. Yeah, so you've sent it in and we're going to give you just like Big Brothers, some advice on it. Yeah.
So each year we take turns who organizes and has Christmas lunch. My sister held Christmas lunch last year and my other sister just had a baby. Even though it wasn't my turn, I felt like the stress of everyone and that I'll put my hand up. There's a few family members I don't typically get along with and have ruined family functions in the past. We only speak on rare occasions. They have the same last names, but I don't feel like they're family. This year will be a small lunch. A few members of my family have requested to not have them invited. I want everyone to be happy, but I feel bad if I didn't invite them. This is the dilemma. Should I invite them or not?
Yeah, invite them.
It's family at the end of the day.
If they're blood, yeah.
Yeah. If you feel like no one's there, then it's obviously going to be a shit Christmas.
Yeah.
It's just drama if you don't invite them.
I think
drama.
There's going to be drama either way, but I think talking to the family members that don't want them there is going to help them more and understand it, and then it will be a better Christmas. Like at the end of the day, I have family members that are so rogue or have done some weird stuff, but at the end of the day, they're family and you look after them.
Yeah.
No matter how much you love them or you hate them, they're family and you always look after them.
No, definitely.
And I don't know, it could be difficult. I know they've ruined things, but you just got to, I know it's a smaller lunch is what they were saying here, but you just got to keep kind of going from there, really.
Definitely. Do you want to reread that? You stuttered a bit at the start.
No, I think it'll be fine. I think.
All right.
It's fine. Yeah. Right. And we had another one. This was an interesting one, I think. What does it mean when a girl likes your Instagram DM, but she originally saw the message and left it unopened? Now, a month later, she has liked the message. What does it mean?
She's probably talking to someone back then and it's ended and then she wants the attention back without replying.
So yeah, she's probably entertaining it now, having a break.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah, I
having
think
someone to lean back
most
on.
likely she was talking to someone or something, and then that's ended, or like she's just being mischievous, and then decides to like the message for a bit of attention. But yeah,
Girls do this a lot. I
Oh
found.
yeah,
100%.
My mind. I'm like so delusional. I'm a bit delulu. I'd be like, must just be having a shower and forgot to reply to it.
You said that to me 1,000 times. You know what's funny? When they like your story and then you're like, oh yeah, like they like your story. And then like a week later, they're posting a guy or something.
Okay, this is another thing. I think this rolls on there. If someone likes your story, say a girl likes your story, do you DM them? What's the process to handle that? Because I'm a big DMer. I will DM you.
If they want to DM, fucking DM me. Don't like my story.
Well, this is the thing. Guys DM because they're interested in the girl and expect the girl to message them. But then like when a girl DMs a guy, what does the girl expect from liking that? You know what I mean? I feel like a lot of people have answered like, this is why I've liked the girl's Instagram story. Yeah. But then like a girl never like tells us why she likes it. You know what I mean?
It's just liking a story is a cop out if you want to talk to them. Like expecting someone else to make the first move. It's just bullshit. If you want to talk to them,
Tommy's not happy with it.
If you want to talk to someone, just DM him. Like, don't stop the game. I'm just I fucking hate the game.
Yeah, I don't get it though, because sometimes I'll post a photo with you and a random girl likes my story. I'm like, why the fuck are you liking my story? Like, is it because of you? Like, I don't know.
I feel like sometimes you like it. Like, I mean, it depends. Sometimes like I just be like, I like someone's story, but like, because they're in a cool place.
Remember that police officer that we ran into at the Harlow?
Yeah,
she keeps on liking my stories, and I've realized she's only liked my stories when Luke is in my photo. But then, does she like your stories?
No.
What the fuck? See, I like don't get it.
Sometimes they play. But this is my thing. If someone does like my story, I'll probably DM. I'm a serial DMer.
Yeah, you are.
I love a DM.
It should be an offense.
It should be an offense.
Luke Bailey, the serial DMer.
But that's what it is. For this, it is difficult trying to navigate your way from like, who are you calling me?
I don't know.
It is difficult trying to navigate your way from a DM or from a like to a DM, and you feel like you're embarrassed. But we have a big thing here. You got nothing to lose.
Yeah.
If you DM them and they like leave it open, who cares? Just unsend it. Unsend the DM. Who cares?
And then they'll be like, "Oh, guys, this guy DM'd me," and they're like, "Oh, the message is there."
Yeah, like. You know when they say like, what's the worst thing that could happen?
Oh no, don't start with that. The worst can happen, and it happened. Be expected.
That was the last thing. But Tom, do you like people's story? Like how would say we'll
not
go
anymore.
Into this thing. Not anymore. You have a girlfriend, but how do you gain people's attention on Instagram?
I don't have a girlfriend.
Previously, or to get this girl, we can tailor it to that.
I'd like a story if I think either I'm friends with them.
Yeah.
I like appreciate an outfit.
Yeah.
Or I like genuinely think if it's like a fucking stunner, then I like it.
Yeah.
But like, no, if I want to talk to someone, just DM them. Like, fuck liking stories. It's pointless.
Yeah.
But how do you know like if the DM's like unwarranted? Like, you know.
Sometimes I message. Sometimes I message people previously, but then like I just realize like no one understands the message like I do, and I think it's so funny. But then they could look at the message and be like, "What the fuck?
This guy's weird as hell.
What does he message me?"
Yep. Well, that wraps it. I think that wraps the Big Brother advice. As always, if you have any advice, I mean, we literally went from organizing Christmas lunch to how to DM girls. So we have anything that you want. So you send them in and we'll answer them just like Big Brothers. So thank you for that. Next one, much anticipated. Rizz or miss.
This is popping off at the moment.
This has been going absolutely fire on TikTok. And I'm going to continue it with another footy one.
We keep on getting footy ones. People keep sending them in.
Because people love it.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm going to send this footy one. You give me your live reaction and tell me your thoughts on this, right? Yeah. So there's footy edition. I just moved to a new footy club and it was only my 50th game, but the club wanted me to run through a banner. Nervously, I said yes, even though I thought you only do a footy banner for a milestone such as 100 games or more. Nevertheless, I invited all my friends and family. I may have posted on my social saying, come down and watch me play my 50th game, so I assumed maybe a few extra people would come down to watch. Come game day, just as I'm about to run out of the rooms, I poked my head out of the rooms to see who was standing and didn't notice anyone unusual, and everyone I expected to come came. As I ran towards the banner, I noticed my crush on the fence line. For some reason, I got super nervous and lost concentration and forgot to watch my step and fell onto the ground. I tripped between where the concrete meets and the grass and fell over. Super embarrassed, I quickly got up and ran through the banner. For the whole game, I couldn't stop thinking about what just happened and had the worst game ever. We still won, we celebrated, and I noticed my crush in the rooms. In brackets, fuck my life. So my crush has seen me fall over and play the worst game of my life. Embarrassed and almost about to cry, I checked my phone and noticed he sent me a DM and said, hope I'm okay, and invited me over for dinner. Worst to best day, is this Rizz?
That's not Rizz. But then,
So is this a chick?
yeah.
I think it might have been a girl, yeah. So,
okay.
Fuck, wow.
so it was her 50th game. Keep it anonymous, so I'll just say it was their 50th game. And their crush came down to watch, and as they run down, they've fallen over where the grass meets the stick, and everyone's watching. It was pretty.
I had a
bad.
friend did that once for her 50th game, and she she kicked the footy into someone's head and tripped over and like fell as she was running into the banner, and like didn't even finish, like run into the banner because she tripped over.
Gosh,
But that was funny. Yeah, I think that's Rizz.
what do you reckon? Is that Rizz?
Nah, it's not Rizz,
No?
but if it works, it works.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It
it's not
works.
Rizz,
So I
though.
guess it's Rizz though.
Accidental Rizz? Is that?
Accidental. I feel like he liked you unintentionally, like you being good at footy or anything. Yeah. I reckon
Well,
that's Rizz.
hey, Rizz. I feel like when I'm watching footy, I don't even
Pay attention.
I don't even pay attention to whatever's going on.
I pay attention to you sometimes when you play footy. It's pretty funny.
Why? My run.
Yeah, you run like your ass is sticking out and everything.
Okay, I have a huge ass. I can't help it. Tom makes fun of me for my running style too.
Does he?
Yeah, he tells. He goes
It's like a chick.
He goes, Luke, you got a weird running
Yeah,
style.
you're
Well, it's not my fault. I have a huge ass, and I broke my pelvis. What am I meant to do? Just everything's a bit deformed, all right?
Yeah.
Leave me alone.
That's okay. All right. Story 2 date edition. Date edition.
Did you? I'll read this one.
I can't read.
Okay.
You can read.
Okay. Over text, I may talk a big game. However, in person, I can't really deliver. I've been DMing this girl for quite some time, back and forth, nothing serious, and never really led anywhere. However, I ran into her on a night out and realized how gorgeous this girl was. A few days later, I messaged asking if she wants to come out with me. She said, let's do something fun. I asked her to get dinner. She said no. I followed up a day later with a proposal. If I can beat her in bowling, I can take her on a date. She sent a laughing emoji and said, okay, followed by asking why. And I said, because I'm a pro and will show you up. Confidence is key. Unfortunately, I have no idea how to bowl. Fast forward, I made an absolute fool of myself, falling multiple times down the laneway. Ball getting caught on my thumb. Everything that could go wrong went wrong. Unfortunately, I lost. Feeling like I wasn't going to get dinner, she said, you made me laugh. Let's get dinner. Chat, is this Rizz?
I feel like whoever sent this in is like,
No, yeah.
Made up.
Yeah, this one bears on the line of like,
this is like
either added
a movie.
extreme mayo to this
Yeah.
or you've made this up.
That's like the best stories when there's like a little bit of mayo to it.
Who first of all, never take a girl bowling on a first date. It's like
Why?
awkward when you bowl a ball and walk back and you have to like
they get the ick from that shit. I've seen
Yeah.
TikToks.
I don't know, but no, that's not Rizz. Even though she wanted to take you to dinner or get dinner,
Yeah,
I wouldn't say that's Rizz.
Big
at
fat
all.
miss.
So,
What would you say?
not Rizz at all.
No.
You know, but I say that if you can make a girl laugh, you have their heart.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you not seen that? Have you not seen those things? It's like when he can make me laugh, then it's like, oh, where are my clothes?
I disagree.
You disagree?
I make people laugh and nothing happens.
You may not know what happens. But yeah, I
sweet.
think that's quite funny. But I think next time to improve on the Rizz, maybe this is a new thing we'll do. How could you improve on this Rizz? First of all, I wouldn't take her bowling.
Go play golf.
I would go do mini golf or something
Mini
like
golf
that.
is fun.
Or even a pool table.
Pool tables.
Pool table, a pool and a drink might be a cute little date
I was
spot.
in Thailand playing pool again. That was fun.
That was fun. But why was it fun? Extremities around the pool table?
Yeah, where we played pool was the question.
Yeah, I don't think it was the pool that you enjoyed.
Let's just say there was people dancing on poles.
This is one sent in. I don't know if this is true or not, but if it is, this is interesting. I have this one for you. I went to Bunnings recently, and when I went to the counter, there was a 10 out of 10 girl, and I walked to get her number. Somehow, there was a big line behind me, so I left my wallet on the counter, so I had a reason to come back later. About 40 minutes later, I went back to get my wallet from Bunnings and went up to the same counter and got my wallet and gave her a piece of paper with my name and number on it because I was assuming she wouldn't be allowed to give her number to me at work. Before I even go back to my car, she messaged me and now we've been on 2 dates.
Really?
Rizz.
That is phenomenal.
I think that's elite.
That was incredible.
The balls for that to happen. Like,
To leave your full wallet there.
I would never do that.
Nah, Tom, could you leave your wallet at a counter?
No, I would fucking empty it, then I might. But
That is incredible. I admire everything you did there. But imagine he went back 40 minutes later. It's like an old granny working at the thing. I'm like,
The girl wasn't
he's like,
there.
shit.
Yeah. You would do something like that.
No, I wouldn't.
100%.
I wouldn't do anything. Anyway, let's wrap this. Let's go to our favorite segment, Diezel's diary.
What's up? I got a story for you. Do I say it with the mask on or do I take the mask off?
No, it's mask on.
Yeah, mask on. Or you can like lift it up a little bit. I think the mask is good though.
No. I'm good.
Where did you acquire this, Diezel?
I don't know, it was yours. We did a TikTok with it and it's coming on the potty. Superman, what's his? Spider-Man's my favorite.
No, I bet you're Spooderman right now.
Spooderman.
Have you seen that, Tommy? Spooderman?
Yeah.
The Michael Jackson Spider-Man, is it not? All right, so it was just actually recently. I was bored, home alone, and had nothing to do. So I was roaming around the house, going through people's bedrooms, finding cool shit to play with. My brother and I have the similar interests, so I thought maybe he'd have like a PlayStation, Xbox. Anyways, I found a pair of handcuffs on the ground, and it was in my brother's room. And it happily enough, what's the word? Funnily enough, belonged to my dad. So then my dad's handcuffs, don't know what they were used for. Anyways, stupidly enough, I put them on my hands. What? And they were on my hands for a while, and I was like playing around with my hands. I had like handcuffs like this, and I was just like, holy shit, like I need to get these off now. Where's the key? Yeah. So I'm looking for a key, can't find the key. Look at my dad's room, can't find the key. Yeah. And I call my brother up, I'm like, dude, I've just put your handcuffs on. He's like, are you fucking serious? What the hell? Where's the key? He's like, I don't have the key.
Where'd you have handcuffs?
I don't know, dude. I don't know. People get up to weird things. Anyways, couldn't find the key. Had to sleep with the handcuffs on in my bed, uncomfortably like this, close up, sleeping like that. I tried to like go under my hands like that. Had to go to the police station with my dad the next day, and I go to the police guy that was at the counter, like at the office. I'm like, hey, dude, like, can you unbuckle me pretty much? The police guy looks at me, he's like, what the fuck? Like, undoes it. I got the handcuffs off, but then I was just like, this is like the weirdest experience I've ever happened.
They probably thought your dad was like doing something to you.
Dude, I don't know what those handcuffs were used for, but yeah.
I see where you get it now.
What? The key.
Anyway, I feel like closing, we'll start to close a little bit, but I wanted to talk a little bit about the festivity season that is upon us. Maybe we'll do a full episode on BTV.
You reckon?
But I'd be interested. You haven't been to BTV, have you?
I haven't.
But Tom, you went to BTV. How were your experiences?
It was good fun. I know on BTV is a bit of a taboo topic on TikTok at the moment, but yeah, so we'll be careful. But yeah, looking forward to it. It was great fun last year. Keen for another good time this year.
Already getting people starting to make doof sticks about us, which
isn't
exciting, but it is excited to see what people have to offer.
I'll be interested to see if there is any doof sticks made of us.
You reckon?
Yeah. 100%. On my time at BTV, I went last year. I had so much fun, but there are so many little things that I would love to do like a full episode on, to like what to experience, what to expect, and like how to ensure a good time.
Yeah.
So if that's something that you guys would be interested in hearing, please let us know in the comments on TikToks, or DM us any questions that you want to know about BTV, and we can help you out, because I think it's great. And I had a great time last year, but there was a few things that I wish that I knew, like there's not much service there, so you can't transfer money onto your card.
Yeah.
So before you go, make sure you transfer money into your card. Just little things that you don't really think about, and like how to sneak in your. So like how to bring in all your food and everything like that. So there's a few things you do, like how to pack your car, all those things. So I think it'll be interesting to see if we could do that.
Easy. Well, that concludes episode 29.
Yeah. Did you have anything you had to add?
No. That concludes episode 29.
All right. Well, yeah. Thank you for listening to the episode. Hopefully you got a bit of an idea, and we could help you out a little bit about the purpose thing. And if we think about the purpose thing, I just think my main like message to you guys would be thinking about your process goals versus your outcome goals, and don't compare yourself to other people, because comparison is genuinely the thief of joy. So hopefully you learned a little bit about that. And if there's anything else that you want us to cover, please let us know. In our Instagram at DNMcast, or on the YouTube comments, because we'll answer them. So thank you all so much for the support. We're looking forward to silly season that's upon us. So we'll all see you out and about. So see you next week.
Love us, don't leave us.